Welcome to a brand video. We're going to be watching the coolest and biggest TVs and gaming monitors we saw at CES3 2026.
IGN's here at CES 2026, and of course, we have to check out what's new with TVs. We saw some state-of-the-art stuff, so if you got the money to blow, this is what you want to check out now and in the near future. So, let me show y'all what we saw.
Yeah, so let's see what you saw. Nice. I wonder in the near future, it's also going to be
by talking about TCL's
with
X11L SQD Mini LED TV. What's crazy about this one is that it uses 10,000 nits of brightness. SQD also stands for Super Quantum Dot, which is smaller than traditional quantum dot. This allows for more detail and better color reproduction and wild max brightness. 10,000 nits is a lot, and this is one of the few TVs that's able to take advantage of Dolby Vision 2. Some of the more basic tech specs, it runs 4K 144Hz, but you really notice the difference when you see it side by side with other TVs. So here at the TCL booth, they demoed the X11L alongside their other TVs, and the side-by-side difference was really noticeable. While Mini RGB and QD Mini LED looked great, the X11L's SQD Mini LED display won me over. It's much more bright and the details really come through. While things like 8K have been the trend in the past, these are the things that you will notice on newer TVs going into 2026. The X11L's won a bunch of awards here at CES, and it's available now. And boy howdy, you're gonna have to spend a lot for it, but maybe it's worth it if you're looking for this. While the X11L is super impressive, what really caught my eye was LG's wallpaper TV. Technically, it's called the LG OLED Evo W6, and it is 9mm thin. Just for reference, the guy at the demo station put his index finger up to the TV, and the TV was thinner than his finger. Now, how is this possible? Well, it's the Zero Connect wireless box that comes with the TV where you plug in all of your devices. It's sort of like a set-top box, and it beams the signal of your devices to the TV. Now, the thing that I'm skeptical about is the super low latency. While it does rate at about 1 millisecond of latency, when you play games that require instant movements and instant reactions, like a Souls-like or an FPS, any sort of latency is going to be noticeable. So I wasn't able to test it out there, but I'm very keen on looking at input latency if I do get hands-on with this in the future. I will say that the color range looks great, and LG has something called Hyper Radiant Color Tech for better color reproduction. It also has a new A11 processor in the back end. It's super bright, runs 4K, 165Hz, it's glossy and has minimal reflection. The LG Hub is also built into the TV, so you can access things like Xbox Cloud Gaming and NVIDIA GeForce Now, which goes to 4K 120Hz, so you can take advantage of its technical specs. LG also collaborated with Razer to make something like the Wolverine V3 that connects directly to your TV via Bluetooth, and it's supposed to have super low latency as well. With anything of this caliber, you'll want to know what the price is, and there's nothing we can say right now because LG told us that they'll have more information leading into 2026. So going into CES 2026, the big trend now is micro RGB LED backlighting, and this is supposed to give you better color reproduction across the board, and a lot of manufacturers are using it now. Now, I'm not going to bog you down in all the technical details. You can look it up yourself, but I will tell you about the experience of viewing things using a micro LED RGB TV. LG briefly explained this to me, and every individual LED has RGB for better color accuracy and deeper contrast. This technology allows displays to hit 100% of the BT 2020 color gamut, and displays of this caliber get thousands of local dimming zones for better color reproduction across the board. We also went over to Hisense, and if you're looking for big TVs, I'm talking home theater setups, over 100 inches of TV space, you'll definitely want to check these out. I'll start with the ridiculously large 163MX. As the title says, it's 163 inches. It's a micro LED TV with RGB. Y being yellow. This adds to the RGB range for better color reproduction and also promises full BT 2020 color space. It's one of those things you have to see to believe because it doesn't really lose that much image quality, even though it has this enormous size that could stretch the image itself. I think it's a testament to the micro LED tech and the RGB wide color space. We also checked out the 116UXS, which is a 116-inch TV. This is Hisense's dive into RGB mini LED. As I mentioned, this is a trend across the board with TVs, and Hisense is doing it well. The subtle thing about this one is that it's adding sky blue to the RGB range, which helps with image quality, but I think that the more practical use is that it's going to limit blue light. So if you're watching something or playing games for a really long time, your eyes won't feel as tired, or so they say. While CES might not be a big show for gaming, we did get our hands on Phantom Blade Zero, testing out Hisense's new gaming monitors. Starting with the 27GX Pro, it runs a 5K resolution at 165Hz, which is 5120 by 2880 if you want to get it exact. It's one of the few 5K monitors and it just came out, but you can also use it at 144p and get 330Hz refresh rate, which is kind of wild. It uses a Zero OD mini LED display, which means you do get a lot of brightness and detail with good color reproduction. It has a glossy finish with little reflection or glare, which I tested by putting my phone flashlight up to the screen, and it's barely noticeable. Hisense also has the 32GX, which does 4K 160Hz or 1080p at 320Hz. We've seen these kinds of specs on gaming monitors in recent years, but the thing about this one is that you can swap between the two instantly with a switch that's built into the monitor. And being able to run through the playable demo of Phantom Blade Zero, I got to see how this performs in action. Granted, I wasn't able to push its capabilities since the demo was locked to 60 frames per second. These also have smart TV capabilities. 32 inches is a pretty big display, so maybe you'll get some use out of it, but if anything, having its own hub and remote gives it a little bit more flexibility than you would see on traditional gaming monitors. It's wild to see how much TVs are still evolving, and it's the big ticket item here at CES 2026. But we also have a roundup of the best gaming accessories that we saw, and for everything else here at the show, stick with IGN.
Very interesting, actually. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below if you're excited for the new televisions and stuff that's coming. We got another video we're going to be watching, so let's get right into that. Alright everyone, this video we're going to be watching is the best next-gen sex toys and gaming sex toys.
If we're going to be at CES, we might as well check out the toys, and I'm not talking Legos, but we are staying bricked up. I'm not here to kink shame anyone either, but we're going to check out these toys and show y'all what it's all about.
Handy.
The most intricate thing we found was the Handy 2 Pro, and this is a stroker, if you will, where it has a sleeve that attaches to the motorized device magnetically, and you can control the speed and the stroke length. And if you want to get down real nasty, then you can overclock it. What does it mean to overclock it though? Well, you have to go into the app and essentially void your warranty. The app will ask you, like, hey, if you're going to overclock it, just know that we are not liable for any damage, and you got to know what you're getting into. And so long as you consent to that, you can set it to go up to 10 strokes per second, that is. But at that point, it's kind of just a vibrator. The folks showing off the Handy 2 Pro actually let us do that. Not use it for real, but we saw a demonstration of it moving. And yeah, the stroke length is like hella short, and it goes up and down like really fast. But at that point, I'm like, I don't know if that's how I get down. But if y'all do, that's cool. And you can do that with the Handy 2 Pro. But that's not all there is to it. The folks at Handy also sell a bunch of different sleeves. And the different sleeves give you different sensations, of course. And there are a few for training your stamina. And there are other ones that are supposed to feel like other acts that you can do. And there's another one where you can attach rings to have different resistance at different points of the stroker. So, you know, if there's a certain spot you want to hit, you could probably do that with the Handy 2 Pro. And like many of the devices that we've seen here and in recent years, you can connect them remotely. And honestly, for long distance relationships, it is kind of a nice perk. I'm not gonna lie, one of the more interesting things about the Handy 2 Pro as well is that you can sync it up to video. Now, I tested it myself with a Safe for Work demo, and I put on a VR headset, and we have like one of those head scratcher things, but I put my knee against it. So the demo had a woman moving the head scratcher thing on your knee, and so I was looking down with the VR headset, and it was almost synced one-to-one. It was really odd because I've never used anything like that before, but if you make the logical extension to the toys that you are using, that's kind of creative. Now, syncing devices to video isn't necessarily new, but I think the fidelity and the sort of sensation that you can get from syncing both devices and the video that you're watching is kind of creative. So all the sleeves are sold separately from Handy, and you can check that out if you are interested. But the Handy 2 Pro is out now, and it goes for $499. Tag your friend. We also saw some gaming related stuff from the folks at Motor Bunny. There is a USB-C attachment that you could plug into a controller, and it'll read the vibrations and the gyroscopic motion controls to then send signals to other devices that connect through Motor Bunny and the Fluffer app. But you can also pair them directly, so you don't have to mess with any settings or anything. But you can customize the sensation, speed, intensity, all that. We also saw a penetrative device that sticks out through the device itself and will react based on the games that you are playing through the Fluffer app. And that thing can get really intense. But overall, these are creative ways to integrate gaming in your private life. And of course, we had to go see Lovense. We saw a bunch of different things from them. There's an anime AI companion avatar thing, but we got to see the demo, and it's a little primitive. I don't think it's doing anything necessarily innovative. You could ask it to control the settings on the sleeve that you can get from Lovense, but I don't know. I'm not convinced that this is going to necessarily innovate in your private life. Lovense also has a suite of games that will connect to other devices that will vibrate and perform different actions based on what's happening in the game. One of the more creative ideas as well is that the Mission 2 penetrative device can be used as a game controller through their app. It wasn't quite as responsive as I would have liked, but it's more of a novelty than anything else. You know, I don't think you're buying this to be used as a pro controller or anything like that. But hey, if you can figure out a way to up your game, more power to you. But like many of Lovense's devices, if you're in a long-distance relationship, this is a nice way to keep things spicy. Trust me, we covered so much more here at CES, so here's a tip. Stick with IGN.com for all your coverage at CES 2026.
All right, you know, the toys and everything was pretty interesting as well. You know, I can't believe it goes that fast, though. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Happy holidays, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.